Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I've just finished a full-on morning of meetings. I think I've literally been in a meeting from 7 a.m. until now, and it is currently 12:01. Would you believe it? So I am due for a break, and there is one activity that I've really been wanting to do, but I've been holding off. And since it is literally the 1st of December, I thought, you know what, I am going to put up my Christmas tree. It's time, and I absolutely cannot wait. I already bought Jazz and I 2 of the little Cadbury advent calendars, so I'm gonna pop those out on the bench as well. But for now, I've never had a tree, and if you've been following me for a while, since you've been following me, I have been living in an apartment, and I've actually lived in an apartment since I moved to Melbourne, and I've been in Melbourne for over 10 years now. So I've just never had the space for it. I've always been in little 1-bedroom or studio apartments, and since we moved into this house together, I was just so excited to know that for Christmas we'd be able to have a tree. But me being me, I definitely want to have something, I guess, very minimalist, not like too extreme that takes up too much space. And unfortunately, after buying this tree, I did actually see ones that they've come out with this year. And to me, they're very aesthetic because they're very small, little straight up and down kind of pine trees. And I thought that looked really cute. But I've actually got a whole bunch of stuff from Kmart because I was shopping in there the other day, and I also have a few things that I picked up from the event that I went to. So I'm going to kind of combine all of that and do a very affordable, very minimalistic, simple Christmas tree, and fingers crossed it turns out okay. But I just didn't want anything like, you know, too much, because we're not really going to load up with presents and things underneath, but I do want to have that festive spirit in our house. And I know Christmas isn't celebrated by everybody, and it's not for everybody either. Like, some people do not celebrate the holiday at all, but I hope that you can still find a little bit of joy in this video, and I don't know, just play around with me with some of the colors and trying to kind of figure things out and put up my first little Christmas tree in our home. So I'll show you the bits and pieces that I've got, and then I might clear out the corner and I'll show you where I'm thinking of putting it. Okay, so first things first is the tree, and they did have a couple of different trees in store. I know like Big W and Target, Myer, all of the classic places sell Christmas trees at this time of year, but this one, believe it or not, was literally $10, and that is a crazy affordable price. It just means anyone can have a tree. So I thought, you know what, I will go with the bee tree. It's 1.82 meters tall, which is 6 feet tall, and it's called the Columbia Christmas tree. And what I really liked about it is it's actually just very simplistic. You can kind of see here, it's not too bushy and heavy in the branches, and that is honestly the look that I actually want for my tree. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit sparse because I want to do very simple baubles, a couple of bows and things, and just leave it at that. So I also got this one, which is a 47 pack of 6cm green baubles, and I just thought this was so beautiful and aesthetic and really kind of fits in with, I suppose, the colors we kind of have around our place. That we've got a few green cushions back there, and I have a lot of indoor plants, so I just kind of wanted to keep it on theme. And this little mixed pack of baubles was so cheap. I don't know, $10 it says again. So grand total so far, $20 on the tree. I also got some of these. They're low voltage LED snowflake string lights. Now, I don't know if this is going to work out for me or not, so it'll be a little bit of an experiment, but it does say that it's 3.6 meters long. So hopefully that means it's long enough to go from the PowerPoint and maybe around the tree just once or twice. But this is what those products look like. Kmart actually had a whole bunch of different little lights and things, but again, I just wanted something with a white globe instead of that really warm yellow. So I thought that these would add a little something, but maybe they won't work, who knows? And I think they don't have the price on them, but I have a feeling they're about $5. We cannot go without a tree skirt on the bottom, so I ended up going for this one. It is a white faux fur tree skirt, and that's kind of what it looks like, just to cover up the little ugly kind of plastic legs on the bottom of the tree. And this is actually really beautiful and soft, and I just thought that would look really beautiful. So 100 centimeters in diameter, so a meter wide, and again, just something to kind of cover up the bottom of that. I also wanted to get an aesthetic version of a star to go on top of the tree, and Kmart had a whole range of different ones, but this one was only $5, and this is actually the star that they were using at the event on top of all of the trees, and I thought it looked really cool. So it's actually a metal sort of spiked looking star, and it just comes like that. So I'm gonna have to plug in 1,000 million little pieces of this, so it better be worth it and look really nice on top of the tree. But I thought, considering I went for this kind of skinny lightweight tree that I better not put anything too heavy up there, otherwise it might like tip over. So for the structural integrity of the tree, we are going for the lightweight star. I also wanted to have at least one present underneath there, so I did save a box that I had from a recent delivery, and I thought that I would just wrap it in this paper. So I got some sort of white Christmassy themed wrapping paper, and I will just wrap up that one little gift that I can pop under there. But any of our little, you know, Amazon deliveries or bits and pieces, Jazz is constantly ordering books and things, so there's bound to be a few more little boxes turn up, and every time they do, I'm just gonna wrap them as like fake little presents to go under there until we get up to actually putting our own gifts under there, because I have not had time to do hardly any Christmas shopping. I think I found something for my mum, and that is about it so far, so I have plenty to do. The last accessory that I've got for the tree is a bunch of these beautiful little white bows, and you might remember these from when I got my Kmart haul in the last video. If you haven't watched that, you can go back and watch it. It's full of Christmas spirit because I got invited to the VIP Kmart Christmas event, and I loved the look of bows on trees. I know people have been doing it maybe for the last 2 or 3 years or so, and I really wanted to try that on my little tree. So I think because they're white, they'll just blend in perfectly with the faux fur tree skirt on the bottom. But I honestly think the grand total of that entire experiment is probably like $30. So this is an extremely affordable Christmas tree for anyone who has a small space or maybe just doesn't want to spend heaps on doing a whole Christmas thing, because I know it only stays up for a month and then we just pop it in a cupboard and hide it away for another year. So this is my budget version of just how to do fun, festive little Christmas trees. So let's get started on building the tree, and then I can decorate up the space. Okay, that did take a little bit longer than expected because I completely forgot that Christmas trees need a little bit of fluffing. So I've just been pulling all of the little branches out to fluff out this tree as much as I can, and where I'm thinking of putting it is either potentially up on this shelf and just moving all of our plants and the other things over, or I will just put it on the floor in this corner. So I might just kind of play with either option and I'll see what looks good. Turns out it does actually fit over there in the corner because it isn't the biggest tree of all time. So I think I might actually keep that as a location instead of having it down there on the floor. I think it looks a little bit better being elevated up here. So I'm just gonna throw on the tree skirt and then I can get into the decorating. I've just wrapped the faux present and I put the tree skirt on, which looks beautiful, and I also put the little white nutcracker over there as well. So I think that's a good start to just filling up the bottom of the tree area. I just finished building this beautiful little gold spiky star, and that turned out so nice. It was super easy to put together. You just shove all of the little pieces on and it's holding pretty tight, but I am slightly concerned about how skinny the top of the tree is, so hopefully it can actually hold this up. Okay, the star is on, but I did have to shove a few of the top branches in to get it to stay there, but that's what you get for a $10 tree. Next up, I am going to put on all of the baubles and see how that makes the tree look. I've just added a couple of cute little finishing touches to underneath the tree. I also got this little van in the haul, and I put the stocking over the back there, the red bow onto the little faux present, and this little letters for Santa. So that's all looking really nice. And this is the finished product. Honestly, if you don't have bows for your tree this year, you should get them. I think they look so beautiful. The only thing is the gold definitely does not match as the star on top of this tree. So I think I would like to find a silver one or some white, or maybe even just take it off altogether. But I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. I just think it's so cute and definitely a great little first tree for our home. Thank you so much for spending the day with me while I decorated my Christmas tree this afternoon. I think it's looking so pretty and I'm really in the festive spirit now. So let me know what you're doing for your Christmas tree this year, or if you have any plans to go away for the holiday season, or if you think the tree needs anything else. But I feel like I'm pretty happy just keeping it very minimalist for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.